Joshua Nealman. This is the Netflix Geek Lore Library, where we take a deep dive into the worlds that you love and want to know more about. I'm talking about The Witcher. More importantly, Ein Ithling's Peak, Ithling's Prophecy. Let's take a look at the map, right? It's time to lock in, people. Ithling's Prophecy is the question mark at the end of Destiny's Dominoes.
The time of madness and the time of contempt.
And season 4 is really starting to knock them down. So, let's set them up. One domino for Thanath Island, which holds the Magic Academy of Aretuza. It was here, at the core of Thanath, during the Conclave of Mages, where our iconic trio got separated. You remember, I don't even know why I'm telling you all this. But before we go forward, let's step back in time, before all the mages started killing each other. Aretuza's council room is where all 12 mages in the chapter met. Back in season 1, you'll remember, they originally planned to send Yennefer to Nilfgaard, when it was a backwater kingdom led by Emperor Mirvar Emrys' father, King Fergus, who was, and I quote, an effective and excitable young king. Or as Stragopor put it,
horny, she means.
Yennefer chose to steal Fringilla's spot, which led to Fringilla going to Nilfgaard. And back then, the council was worried about Cintra's power.
Kings and queens lead to rebellions, massacres. It's the reason this chapter was formed.
Still afraid of Falca, are you?
Yeah, we've been talking about Falca since season 1, but Ciri met her here, in Karath. Ciri's horrible vacation through the desert brought her visions of Falca, the ancient part-elf banished princess who was burned at the stake after leading a rebellion. It was Falca who urged Ciri to use the fire magic to heal Little Horse. Oh, we love that horse. Then Ciri saw another piece of Ithling's prophecy.
There will be a time of contempt.
Ciri was captured and taken to Nilfgaard when she escaped and joined the rats.
Your darkness is growing, Falca, and if you're not careful, it's going to consume us all.
But her journey with the rats ends in Jealousy, a settlement in the Nilfgaardian province of Gessa. They don't find cheese, no. They find the literal opposite, Leo Bonhart, the bounty hunter. Back to Aretuza, where season 3 popped off. After he lost his fight to Vilgefortz, Geralt was taken from Thanath Island to Brokilon Forest, home of the Dryouts and Healing Water. Gets him back on his feet, just barely.
Geralt, let's go!
Jaskier brings Geralt news of Emhyr's engagement to Vilgefortz, which drives Geralt, the archer Milva, and Jaskier to set out for Nilfgaard. Let's face it, the whole continent outside of Nilfgaard is war-torn at this point. It's a mess.
What fresh wartime delight is this?
As destiny would have it, they find a caravan of dead Havokars with particularly interesting booty.
You.
Cahir's dominoes begin here. Cahir wasn't just loyal to his emperor. The emperor became like a father to him. But at first, Emhyr was Dooney, the hedgehog monster in the woods that Zarthisius paid Cahir to look after. Cahir and Emhyr met before Pavetta's Ball when Ciri became Geralt's child of surprise. Ithling's prophecy is the primary reason Nilfgaard invaded Cintra. Emhyr is the white flame to lead humanity through the white frost, the one to unite the whole continent and the one to sire the heir of elder blood who will save the world. In his mind, of course.
To have an heir? With his daughter?
Yep. This shines new light on the Battle of Sodden Hill back in season 1. Vilgefortz's machinations had likely already begun. Now we know he can best Geralt in a fight, so the question is, was he holding back? Was this all a test?
What do you want?
To get to the center of it all.
Well, Cahir, you made it to the center of it all. See, Destiny uses Sodden to play another important role this season. In episode 2, Geralt and his companions make their way through Fenkarn, an ancient elven cemetery. It's creepy, I know. And there, Jaskier makes the mistake of reading. And then they meet the barber surgeon / brewmaster / vampire who just gets them a little bit of drunk and joins them on their quest. His name is...
I am Emil Regis Rohelic Tertsif Godfrey.
Regis tells us a tale of how fate dealt him love. He was on a blood-fueled bender until he met Bathan. His fellow vampires took Bathan from him to punish him for playing with his food. That's so messed up.
So, I lost it.
And after all the murder, the villagers found him, beheaded him, and buried him next to Bathan. But it is a myth that vampires die by beheading and staking. Higher vampires, well, they regenerate. And that's what Regis did for half a century next to his true love's corpse. Yeah, I know. His dominoes led him here, to the Hansa, Geralt. Right around the time when Geralt needed his expertise in healing and herbalism most. Destiny! Now, In Redania, Queen Maeve of Rivia attempts to rally the North to fight, to do anything against Nilfgaard, really.
Radovid, what say you? Or does it take Dijkstra's hand up your arse to make your mouth move?
No. There's nothing up me.
This is also where Yen gathers the remaining mages in Monte Calvo, Philippus Castle. Why unite the mages when they all just died or tried to kill each other? Well, Ithlinne's prophecy is more important than any power grab.
Cirilla is hen Iker.
Which is why, of course.
Everyone wants Ciri.
Back to Geralt and the Hansa, making their way to Nilfgaard. They come upon the Eastgith swamp just off the Yaruga River,
It's not gonna be easy.
where destiny draws Geralt to his true title and true destiny. First, he needs to embrace the truth about himself, thanks to a riddle from Arus Salka.
I love, I do not carry. What I nurture, I do not feed. What I live and die for is not mine alone. What am I?
Geralt, solving the Rusalka's riddle, has his motivations made clear.
I am a father.
He is fighting to find his family. And that fight takes a new step here, on the crossing of the Yaruga. Geralt makes a choice. He, alongside Cahir, take the bridge further north, clearing a way across to get Milva to safety and rescuing Queen Maeve. Queen Maeve knights him, and he truly becomes Geralt of Rivia. At the end of Season 4, Destiny's dominoes cover the continent, and they're all about to fall. Ciri is with Leo Bonhart the bounty hunter, Geralt is knighted and has a new oath to complicate his destiny, and Yennefer has taken the fight to Vilgefortz.
This is the end of our story.
And in Nilfgaard, Emperor Emhyr, the White Flame, continues his relentless pursuit of Ithlinne's prophecy.
The Witcher. She is his destiny. And if she is his, she cannot be yours.
Rushing us towards the end of the world or the beginning of a new one.
I need to kill Geralt of Rivia.
Fuck.
Let's see what happens, shall we?
I need a witcher.
Destiny's better at this than I am anyway.
Bye.